Hey, there we go. Is that better? Typical. All right. You know the drill. Monday footage, Wednesday night. Let's get going. All right. Dylan and Emre. Craig back on the mats with our long lost buddy Nick. Right off the bat, looks like Dylan, you shot maybe? Shooting on a leg, driving through. Okay. Craig looking for the Haragoshi. Nick hits him with it instead. But good recovery from Craig. Oh, that would have been a really nice transition there. Craig goes quick turn, and then he tries to do a quick shuffle step to get around. Take down Nick with the body lock. Trying to trip right here. Nick was just able to get his footing back. We got I'm just going to flow roll Danny over here with Jordan. Oh, and yeah, I guess before we get too far, Dylan, since this was such an active start, I wanted to say to you as well, as you're chasing down the single, you know, you're doing a good job driving through him, like trying to get this finish. I see you kind of going between double, you know, he sprawls, maybe you're thinking about a single leg. You know, it might be a little bit difficult at this point, but try cutting your angle, right? I want to see you trying to get your hips outside of Emre's body, right? So like your hips would be over here. It's like your head stays in position, but your hips kind of swing around him. It'll just open up opportunities. I'm not going to give you a specific like thing to do there, but it's a good way to deal with that sprawl pressure. If someone's really laying you out like that. What's up, Ben? Jordan pummeling for underhooks, trying to deal with this body lock. Gets himself caught in a shoulder crunch here. And I think, what did Craig do? He got Nick down with a little Ashigarami. Pulling into 50-50. Gotta be careful here. Oh, I heard. Yeah, that was definitely a solid sprawl. That is an under-practiced technique in jiu-jitsu, unfortunately. All right, we got a Kimura on the way from Dylan. I'm taking a round with Travis, who was visiting us for the first time. He's a strong gentleman. I was just like, all right, try to get me down, try to get around my legs. Did a great job controlling me. Get to a tap, and we stand back up, give him a little bit more. Anyway, Nick and Andrew, as always, guys, point it out to me if I'm missing something. Great sweep from Dylan. Really well timed. I see the influence of Jordan here. Getting that head low. As soon as Emre pops up, your hips are over his, right? And with your head low, this is the only outcome here. Yeah, I don't want you trying to crawl to mount if your head's under that much control. I am not. I won't be going to Hickory. I don't want to travel too far from home. We're getting a little too close to the due date for me to be traveling too far. But Luke will be there. I think Peters is going to be there as well. Brooke will be there teaching the kids too, or coaching the kids rather. Damn, little sweep exchange from Danny and Jordan here. So Danny goes in on the scissor sweep. Pretty classic move, right? I'm assuming he's got Jordan's right arm. Legs chop through. Get Jordan rolling. And then now Looks like just a scramble for top position. But Jordan with the nice block. Good turnover. Very nice. Bree hasn't been to a jiu-jitsu competition probably since 2018. And that was in Greensboro, and she learned her lesson that she hates jiu-jitsu competitions. Is there class this weekend? Yeah, there should be. I might be teaching this weekend. I'm not sure. I was gonna square that up with Luke. What did Mikey Mike get here? Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Thought it was a fart. That must be you, Jordan. That dude, Bree showed up to a competition when I was at blue belt. It was, I think it was the same one where my elbow got popped when I did absolute. But I tapped out my weight class opponent in like 30 seconds. I like knee barred him. And she was like, "Is that it?" Like, I'm in Greensboro and that's all that happened. When's your next match? I'm like, I don't know. Could be a couple hours. And she's like, "Yeah, never again." Craig trying to go behind, but doesn't hit the elbow block. Nick with a nice stop. Dylan, did we miss your Kimura? It looks like we did. This is nice. So you're in this top half guard. This is good. This is good. It's really back there. I like that you stay on it. Nice. Very, very nice. So I want you to think about this as you're doing these. I can't tell what's going through your mind right now as far as like finishing mechanics and whatnot. This looks great. You're caught in half guard, so it's a little hard to get to like a really like dominant topside like pin kind of finish with this, but that's okay. If you get rolled, you stay on it, and that's good. From here, when you guys get into these Kimuras, I really want you to focus on, in this case, the left arm pulling towards the mat, as opposed to the right arm pushing the hand behind the back. Just think about pulling this down, and that will change the mechanics of this enough to where you really don't need to move the arm that much, and you can get a really, really good tap. You very well may be doing that right now. I just want to point that out since we have a good example of what to look at. Oh, y'all are chatty Cathys today. Yeah, it's you, Jordan. Fake news. Nah, that was pretty real. Nick, what's up, buddy? Hey, James. Andrew on Remy Ashi. Mike back steps out. Looking for a guard pass now. Great arm drag from Emre. Right around the back. Can you step behind? All right, Dylan concedes. Andrew with the snap down. Looking to go behind. Rolls through on the Anaconda. But Mike is keeping that elbow as good of a position as he can. Dylan, I want to see you working your standing guard break. Mike on the double. Andrew almost jumps to a triangle. There you go. You're upright, Dylan. Legs are open. You're balanced. Beautiful. And Emre is on to an outside Ashi. Mike making really solid use of that Kimura grip, which we went over in class from different position. Well, not really. Pretty damn close. So Mike just kind of hopped the guard here. Yeah, he gets around the knee enough with a knee push. Clears the collar tie. Or Andrew frames instead, rather. Knee on belly. Dives onto the Kimura. Okay. So yeah, we looked at Kimura from half guard. Mike was already past the guard. But you could see just how controlling it is. I hope I made that clear enough on Monday. Like, when you get this grip, you don't let go of it. And Mike is showcasing here why that is positionally until Andrew rips it away from him. Talking about pizza, of course. Smoked a whole chicken. Sounds divine. Get a straight ankle, final second. Yeah, you do. All right, so you're on the straight ankle here. Emre, you're doing the right thing by trying to like stack up and stand. Dylan's got you off balance enough though that you can start laying the pressure on. And Dylan, this is Naga that you're doing. So this is an important point I want you to focus on. If you go for straight ankles, because you're allowed, I want you to make sure that you turn to the leg that you're attacking, just like you're doing here. You turn towards the leg that you're attacking. If you turn to the other leg, they can disqualify you. Hopefully they would just like stop it and rearrange you. But if you like try to control that secondary leg, you're basically taking the opportunity for them to escape away. And at white belt level, they don't really want to see that. Or beginner or whatever, novice, whatever group you're doing. So hopefully, if you get there, we'll one of the guys will try to make sure that you're aware of that. We did that for Caleb. Caleb had a great straight ankle in like one of his Caleb, I think it was an absolute match, right? You landed it. I was like, turn to it. I didn't want you to get DQ'd, so just pay attention. We got Carlos on my back with the quickness. How did that happen so fast? I really just like not pay attention to any of this. Nick and Ben. Ronnie, the birthday girl. I hope if you guys talk to Ronnie, if she's in chat, wish her a happy birthday today. Oh yeah, Carlos and I are we warm up for about a minute. Division is packed. Hell yeah, good. I hope to get the footage with the quickness. I want to see these matches. We could if I get them all together, we could try to go over it on Sunday. Sometime, I mean, like Luke likes to be on the stream for that, and like me and Luke and Mike can break stuff down, all three of us. So we'll try to do that together. But that might have to wait until next Wednesday. We'll see what the guys are up to. Andrew chasing down the Darce here, possibly. Looks like it. Big old lion in a mouse game. Dylan in half guard attacking Katagatame. Okay, I'll allow it. I'll accept it. Emre getting his guard back. Very nice. And Carlos and I just try not to hit anybody. I hit a pretty sweet ankle pick here, which I'm very happy. If I could hit any wrestling moves on Carlos, I'm stoked, because he doesn't let me have them easily. He doesn't let me have them, period. Where's it at? I'm missing everything else going on because I just want to see myself ankle pick, if I'm being honest. So again, remind me if I don't see something. Call it out, even if it's beating up on Emre. He hates when we point it out. It's right about there. I see it's within reach. Oh no. Okay. Guess it comes later. Sit to a double Kouchi. Not happening yet, I guess. Miss Cole's baby face. Miss Cole's double chin. Where's it at? Ah, there it is. Did we get it on stream? Barely. I don't know. I don't know if you guys see it. Whatever. Anyway. Carlos gets me down. There we go. Andrew making his way to mount. Gets caught in 3/4 on the way there. I feel that. Carlos getting around my guard. A failed attempt on like a Choi bar or something. Ronnie trying to stuff Michael's butterfly guard. And that's what happens. Mike gets the butterfly sweep. I was wondering if you were going to do something with that bin. I'm like, how the hell is he using both arms right now? And Andrew with a nasty triangle. So just about, I'm not sure if you were trying to take the back there, Andrew. I mean, if you were and it failed, I'm sure you already know why. It kind of looks like you just stepped over and he rolled at the same time. It's a nice adjustment to the triangle. That's super tight. Who's on an arm triangle before? Andrew was? Oh, yes. Yeah, arm triangle there. Maybe you were giving him enough resistance. It looks like you sneak your arm in. And he says, you know what? Try to take the back with this. Which is a typical reaction. Andrew, if you were trying to take the back with it, you're just kind of not in the best spot yet, I'd say. Like, I would take a little bit more time to try to, with this upper body grip, kind of curl Emery up this way, like you're making him do a crunch or a side crunch, and then sneak that knee underneath him. And then the chair sit becomes easy at that point. Otherwise, with this, if Emery turned really fast, maybe if there was a little bit more sweat going on, could have lost position. Emery, you could focus on trying to get that arm across the body. It looks like it's kind of tucked in here, but I don't know if that's stuck or if you're just acting out of instinct to try to keep your elbows tight. You could settle into his closed guard, kind of take a breather, and get back to a good position. There's that ankle pick. So Ethan goes for a ride. Yes, he does. A very nice, gentle ride. I wonder if I was going for back and he rotated something. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fair. It's hard. It looks like both of you are reacting. So from here, working the collar tie, try to pull an arm drag. He stays on his feet. But I'm noticing this. So if you're standing against a seated opponent and they either take to a kneeling position or they kind of pull one foot back, that's indicative of them about to get up, right? They might not be ankle picking. They might just be looking to stand quickly. But you can't stand up with both legs in front of you. So when someone pulls a foot back from a seated position, you can bet they're about to stand, and you can, prepare your attacks accordingly. Here, I'm in a pretty athletic position. I've got this collar tie, so I'm just going to try to keep the head near the ankle. Actually, switch down to a double wrist. Okay. Get that ankle real close to me. Make a quick pull. and then stand. And I try to keep it in my pocket. I didn't want him to turn back to me and get his guard back. So trying to crowd in behind that leg. And then decide to try to pull to cross ashi. What is this? Straight ankle. Yep. Mike now on Ronnie's back. We reach the end of the rounds. Anything happen with Dylan over there? Getting strangled with a body triangle in. Andrew moving quick. All right, we got Travis and Mike. Get Emery hopping. Little dance move. Put him down. Was that Sasai or kind of not great? I'm not gonna advise Dylan to do this, Andrew, but be mindful of this. You know, if you ever compete or if I'm feeling frisky, jumping triangle right here. You're wide open for a triangle. That arm is completely isolated, so just be careful with that. I might jump and bash my cup into your face if you do that to me. Craig with the... Oh, Craig going with Matt, I believe. I think that's Matt, yeah. Gets the double ankle. Matt tries to respond, but Craig does a great job following up quickly and going right into mount. When it works really well. That's why we have to address it quickly. Undoubtedly, indubitably. Andrew looking for a Sotogari maybe. And Mike feeling the strength of our new friend Travis. He really was like remarkably strong. I was like, all right, cool. I'll take this for about 30 seconds. Try to wear or let him wear himself down a little bit and get to work. Devin taking a shot on Jordan. Jordan responds with the guillotine. Emre just about picked me up and put me down. Let's see the shot from Devin. Or what happened here? So, omoplata from Jordan. Devin rolls up. Okay, so it's like a double from the ground. Yeah, Devin, if you watch this was a great idea. You just have to hop over that leg like immediately. I don't even care if I'm caught in a guillotine. Like, my action doesn't stop until I get over that leg. Because, like, if your hips aren't under control, guillotine doesn't matter, right? As soon as it can lock you down, then you have to start worrying about the neck pressure or the strangle pressure or whatever. That would have been sweet if it worked, Emery. What I tried to do. Let's see how this plays out with Andrew. It's a really interesting position Andrew and Dylan are in. Been on that guillotine for a good bit of time, so reason I say that's interesting is Andrew is attacking a standing guillotine, and Dylan pulls the close guard, and Andrew was caught in the close guard, but with a guillotine. Not something you see very frequently. And I'll blame this on you, Dylan. Just from jumping, or not jumping, but like, you know, kind of going up and locking this close guard. Maybe this is something worth drilling and just like kind of getting used to. But if you get caught here, just like we talked about a few minutes ago with Devin and getting caught in Jordan's guillotine, getting to the opposite side of the hips is going to be of the utmost importance. So being able to navigate this position, get it to the ground, but ending up on the correct side, or rather your hips on the correct side, is a really, really important skill. So you're up the middle right now. Not the best spot to be, and certainly not with this guillotine grip. Plus Andrew's really strong, and that's going to be a difficult grip to break. I mean, it would be for me. It would be for anybody. And nobody wants to tap to a guillotine while executing close guard. I'm kind of glad you don't do it here. But yeah, Andrew stayed there for a minute. Getting Emre to a top lock position, or that's what I know it as. I forgot what the 10th planet guys call it. Couldn't finish it. Sorry for standing. Well, maybe do better, Andrew. All right. And then I don't have to embarrass Dylan. Yeah, the reason you felt panicked is because you haven't repped that escape enough, and it's I'll call it a pretty fundamental one. Just because it's that doesn't mean anything. You know, that just because you haven't done it, you know, it's easy or anything like that. It's just it's a good thing to learn. Often like a self-defense thing that's taught with jiu-jitsu. You know, you get caught in a headlock, you want to know how to get out of it in a standing position. Remind me, and we could go over it in class, or ask if you're there tomorrow and I'm not, ask Peters or one of the upper belts. So do I hit the move of the night, or one of the moves of the night? I do. I at least get to the back. Yes. That one more time, just because it's relevant. Top half guard. That's why we do this, man. Yeah. Wise words from Caleb, as always. So we went over this in class, right? I'm locked at top half guard. Emre knows not to unlock his legs, or I'm just going to back step out. But I've taken the time to lock up my figure four. So I commit my head to the mat. I'm going to start to pop up, get my hips up. I need to get my knee free, and you'll see me use my elbow here to help that. So my right elbow, where's it at? You see it's kind of inside the leg. Watch the little pop. I pull my hips out. I'm using this other foot to help extract my leg. Once I'm out, Emre turns up towards me, so that means there's a little bit of daylight underneath this left side of his. So I can stick my knee through, get my hook over, and I'm looking to turn him now in this direction to help get that other hook in. He rolls up, so I have to kind of change. It's not as picture perfect as drilling it is. And then now we're back to it. Get to the arm trap, onto the straight jacket method. I don't know if I got the strangle here or not. Oh yeah, I didn't, because he sees the clock. And he gave me enough of a hand fight where I'm like, you know what? All right. Not going to squeeze on his face. The wall wasn't there. Oh, Danny working with a lockdown. Okay. Yeah, catches Caleb resting on the hip. Just about gets kept him off balance enough. Yeah, you may have lost that one. The position. Where else? Jordan in north-south. Mike chillin'. Let Travis work. And Andrew ends it in side control. I don't even know what to say to that. Andrew almost got Nick down. Got the Gimp fight with Ben going on. All right, Matt still sticking around. Got Caleb now. It's off balance, Andrew. It's so hard to do shit without the left arm. Like, even just like some of the bridging and stuff I was trying to do was really annoying. So Caleb does this to me later. That was very nice. Very, very nice. So let's look at what Caleb does here. This is a great thing to work into your half guard. This is a knee lever, right? So Caleb, what we can't see is the footwork Caleb's doing. So right now he's got a knee shield up, but he's really trying to focus on pulling this this right arm across his body. When he can get Matt's arm across the body, Matt no longer has a base in this direction. So Caleb will step his right foot to the outside of Matt's right leg. He will take his left foot and step on top of his right foot, and he will point his knees in this direction. That's the knee lever, and that's what gets you that's what gets your opponent rolling over in that direction. If they don't have a base, this is what happens. And he does that as easily to Matt as he does it to me later. It's really, really simple stuff. You take away their base, you move them in that direction. Nice. This is a sick takedown. Honestly, Carlos is doing something very similar from a standing position. So he arm drags, but he doesn't go behind Devin. He just flanks the arm. He's like outside the arm right now. Now Devin can't base in that direction. He's got, I believe he's got a collar tie here. Yep, so collar tie. So that keeps Devin's posture broken down. Little outside trip, push with the head. Down. That was really, really nice. I like that. That's a great arm drag use. That doesn't look like your typical arm drag. Devin's got to be careful on that, leaving that arm behind. Caleb going for the arm isolation now. Ethan going outside Mike's arm, but Mike's able to swim that underhook back in. Looking over here in the corner of the screen. Good recovery. Looking for... He's got an anaconda grip. See how Mike's controlling the hips right now. Making it difficult for Ethan to lock up that finish. Oh, nice. Devin maintains top position. Let's see how Devin works from here. Again, more half guard work. So he's using the underhook. He's got, I think he wants to get to both knees here. There, he does it. He still has the leg entangled. Not the worst thing. That's not what I do because I can't really move anybody's legs that way. But Devin probably could. So with that whizzer, Devin cannot go behind. Like, he can't shuck and take the back. He can go for a knee tap double, which it looks like he's trying to do here. But now, as Carlos is pushing him that way, this is where Dylan needs to try to roll through to get the sweep. So he's lost the opportunity. He comes back up, still committed to that underhook. Looks like he goes to pull the hand out there, maybe drive across. This is where Devin needs to roll. Ah, man. He had the opportunity. Carlos tries to make something of it by sacrificing. You could see him almost get the elevation, but Devin's quick enough to get out, elevates his hips, is able to keep his base, and can settle in. That was a gamble from Carlos. Could have paid off. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, I was hesitant to roll with Nick too, just for that reason. Damn, Nick's almost got you in a triangle here, but you keep your posture. Pulls you down, but you hop right into knee bar territory. Nick looks like he's ready to tap. Nice. Does Devin go? Looks like Devin goes smother. All right, I think, or no, maybe Americana. That arm's up there. Meanwhile, Caleb onto the Katagatame. He gets it. Andrew trying to roll into the legs here. Nick locks up his figure four and is able to keep him down. Of course you did. I mean, it wouldn't be a sub without some shit talking. Matt looking to flank the legs. Not the worst back take attempt, but Caleb's able to weather the storm. For sure thought Ben was gonna Makikomi me there. Felt good to get a roll with you again, Nick. Felt good to not get hard Goshi'd. Just get picked up repeatedly. Yeah, back when millennial humor was funny. So the only reason Nick doesn't get me down with this move is because I'm biased so far forward to the 4 points position. So a little bit more difficult to take me back in that direction. I would just advise running me down forward in that case, or you can like kind of hang on the leg and you basically clamp your legs onto the, in this case, my right leg, hang off to the side and make my right arm really heavy so that I can't really pick it up, and just kind of wear me down after that. Talk to Luke and maybe Danny about that. That was some stuff Gordon Ryan went over at the seminar that they went to a couple months ago. Or you could just pick me up and try to put me down again. Where are all my moderators to put Jordan in timeout? Sweep single on Nicholas. Devin, back at it again. Let's look at Mike. Mike doesn't play fair. Using both arms. Actually, I kind of need to use both arms against Ben, if I'm being honest. Devin looks to sit forward and maybe try to wrestle up, but Carlos is ready for it. Notice even when Carlos loses that underhook battle, he makes very good use of the wizard to prevent any sort of progress. Right, this is not a bad spot for Devin to be. He's got a tight waist grip, ear in the chest, so he's, you know, a little less prone to getting Darced here. You know, Danny may try to shoot this one in if Danny was in Carlos's position. But now, you know, Carlos feels safe. He's got a strong whizzer. He can really put down some pressure, make it difficult for Devin to get up off of this elbow, and then now circle when he has a good time to. To go to a triangle on Nick here. I don't know why. I feel like I've triangled you before, Nick. So it wasn't the dumbest move I've ever done. Devin with the collar tied. Again, just got to be careful collar tying from a seated position. If your opponent maybe is more jiu-jitsu heavy than wrestling heavy, you could find yourself in a triangle pretty easily. Just about gets Carlos put down. Yeah, they are having a really good active round. I don't like seeing that too much. I mean, unless Devin's trying to catch his breath. There we go. That's what I want to see. Something a little bit more offensive. Good dig on the underhook, setting up the shoulder crunch. Yeah, not the only reason, but a big reason that didn't work. I always tell you guys, it's really important to get this elbow as far over top of the shoulder blade as you can get it. So with this down here, it may not look like it's loose per se, but it isn't too difficult to like extract the arm, maybe limp arm out. But if you tighten this grip up, really pull this elbow all the way over the shoulder blade, that's what's going to keep that nice and tight. Andrew on a good heel hook there. Andrew, that's your heel hook, dude. On the switch, too. You were going for the right leg, switched over to the left. Keep a good reap in, get him off balance, get him turning. Very nice. I guess that is also a popular heel hook from Steven. It's funny too that Andrew, that reap that you use, that big swinging leg, Peter's a big fan of that. I find that I don't use it nearly as much as I should. Like, it is such a powerful way to to get somebody off balance and keep them off balance and isolate a leg. And if you guys will remember the knee lever that Caleb did to Matt earlier, keep in mind, if you're able to knee lever somebody over and they do base out, maybe they rip that arm out and they base, all their weight is on that opposite leg. That's a really great time to use that exact technique that we just saw Andrew using, that swinging, reaping leg to try to capture the opposite leg. So you knee lever the right leg, let's say, they base out to their right side, you bring it around and you would isolate and attack their left leg. That works really well together. I just saw Jason Rao. If you guys don't follow Jason Rao on Instagram, you're missing out. He's one of the best teachers probably out there that I've ever seen. He was going over that exact sequence on something he posted earlier. It's Jason RAU. Like. That's cute. It's a budding relationship. I don't want to shame them. What's up, Stacks? How you doing, my friend? I feel like I've missed a bunch of stuff. Ben, one-armed, getting Nicholas in an kind of an outside Ashi, a variation on outside Ashi. Setting up the straight ankle. Very nice. Back at you, buddy. Really taking my time settling into the side control on Andrew. And Mike going into his north-south strangle that he does so damn easily. Back from Coach's Academy. Nice. How'd that go, man? Hell yeah. It's always cool. I never got to do that when I was a kid, like a child, but when I was, early, white belt and blue belt, getting to go to like anybody else's school or somebody with like a good pedigree, getting instruction always felt like super special. And then you come back and you're just like, oh God, it's just my regular coach again. AKA Luke and Bertram. Competition for the kids in a few weeks. Cool. Yeah, we got a comp coming up this Saturday that a few of our kids are going to be in, and a few of the adults as well. Did Nick get anything there? Ben sits out. Yeah, almost does an Udigeishi, which would have been really cool. It's alright, Josh. Just don't let it happen again. Josh, you coming down for the barbecue? Oh, I get you. It's forgivable. Stacks, what competition are the kids doing? Oh, also, if you guys want the limited edition Mooresville BJJ Black and Red Super Sexy kit that Luke and Mike put together, I think today's the last day to get your pre-order in. So if you're one of the lucky few to be watching the stream, the very, very few to be watching the stream, and you want that, you better go order it. Ones are open. The shortest possible. Kids small, maybe. Andrew, not letting me get anything here. You talking about the trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky kit? Wrong chat, Josh. What does Carlos do here? The stream is going off the rails. Distracting me too much. Nice arm drag trip. I know it's one of Luke's favorites. It was a yellow Corvette. Nothing fancy. Dude, I'm just telling you what Josh told me. Mediocre wrist snap on Devin. He was following my level changes just enough to make me think that that could work. It at least gets his hands to the mat, and then I could close in. Got Danny there with Matt. Looked like he was in 50-50 for a second. Oh, heck ho. Josh was holding the milkshake up, trying to like get the rest into his mouth, and that's why he crashed it. Took his eyes off the road, put him on the milkshake. Yeah, yeah, you were, dude. The scale says otherwise. What are you weighing, Josh? Got Carlos in north-south here. Can't tell Jordan if he's looking for like a strangle on you or maybe just controlling, trying to keep the pin. Classic Josh. 213. So you're doing absolute, huh? Josh is competing on Saturday as well, up in PA. So he'll be competing with us in spirit at a sub only. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, you need some mass gainer, bro. Carlos trying to rip those ankles by. Jordan makes a quick adjustment and is able to get them back in. Nick chasing after Mike's arm with that spider walking hand. Trying to get the elbow isolated above the shoulder line. We got Matt trying to work a pin on Danny. Danny looks like he's going for an omoplata, but maybe changing his mind here. Yeah. Jordan, get that down. All right. Little tripod kind of sweep. Devin's got me turtled up now. better get competition footage, Josh. I want to see it. Every match, every minute, every submission. See Nick here biding his time, waiting for Mike to give him something. Mike's not going to let him step out easily. Mike gets the sweep. Good. Yeah, Carlos leaving that arm behind. Led up to that. Do you dive on this, Jordan? Or... Oh, he tried to roll you. Gets caught. Okay. You go north-south. Almost to... Yeah, you're basically almost in a crucifix now. Digging that arm out. Okay. Nice. Very nice. That would be hilarious footage because, like, you wouldn't see anything good, but you would just hear Josh breathing really hard and, like, the camera getting knocked around. So it would just be, like, rattling, looking at the mat, but just nothing louder than Josh breathing. Like he's on the Stairmaster at the gym. You just hear, like, every time his opponent lands on him, you just hear, like, oh. So Danny wanted to go light. So he didn't. I'm like, all right, man. I guess we'll step it up. All right, Mike and Caleb. It's always fun for me to watch. Look at what Mike did there. This connection with Caleb. So he's got ankle with his right arm. He's got the other ankle with his left leg. He's got foot in the hip. Kind of, he's kind of opened up the X guard. And then he's got this wrist grip. Caleb has one free limb right now. And even that limb is committed to clearing one of the other points of connection. So Mike does a great job getting his hands to the mat and then immediately starts looking to attack the leg. Yeah, man. It's because playing regular guard with you, I think, gets smeshed too easily. So trying to engage, working X guard, working maybe some reverse De La Riva or something like that. Trying to get underneath you and mess your base up is a really, really good idea. Danny tries to backstep. Facing guys same weight as you, or do you need to be more technical? I could pull up Caleb's old matches. We could watch them from the Absolute or the weight class, whatever. Yeah, Mike just keeps you going with that butterfly. Caleb's not wrong there. The The ability to utilize one's weight and put it in advantageous positions. It's definitely a skill. Me too, Cole. I'll put him on stream in his little pit vipers. It'll be awesome. All right, so this is number one bullshit from Danny. So I'm in bottom half. I switched to a butterfly half here. Danny's really trying to dig on the Darce, so he doesn't have a base in this direction, or rather that direction. So I'm trying to get to cross Ashi. I need to get my foot to this position and then slip this foot out. I'm there. There's my cross Ashi. Now I want to get him rolling this way. He's still trying for that Darce. I get him turned and he goes, oh, my arm. Oh man, I can't Darce. Oh, tap. And I'm like, this. I give him an earful about how he quits right when I get to cross Ashi, and then he does literally no defense. And then he's just like, yeah, the Darce was really hurting my elbow. He's the worst. Caught up. Who's fart? It's Jordan. Jordan is fart. Fart is Jordan. Still play heavy when I'm with 3 guys my size. It's 100% Jordan. Yeah, that's Emery, it's a good question and a fair question. Like how would Caleb, how would heavier weights adjust against people their size when you just see them going against guys my size and your size and you know, Peters and whatever. I don't think Caleb's game changes too much, personally. It's just I think Caleb with me, you maybe have to utilize a little bit more control, like hip control and stuff, because I like to stay squirmy. I like to move quickly to deny you things, whereas maybe bigger guys might move a little bit more slowly, but they have much more explosive strength, so you still have to like control the hips, maintain your weight, your balance, and all that stuff. Probably just subtle changes between strategies. Frame the face. I absolutely love that technique. My size, your size. Good one, Cole. Cole, how much do you weigh right now? Summer is bulking season, right? Right. That's what you keep saying. Jordan looking for the Haragoshi. Ben looking for some tripping action there from inside the legs. I'm looking for Haragoshi now. That's a really great point, Caleb. Probably the biggest distinction. Yeah, right, dude. Carlos with the go behind on the birthday girl. I'm looking for some shin pin action to the spin around the armbar, which I do not get here. I don't think. Oh yeah, no, I don't get the armbar. But I am in 3/4 Ashi, or I'm sorry, 3/4 Juji. So I get the triangle. This is a technique we probably don't use frequently enough, so I'll just point it out. But another real good benefit of that 3/4 armbar position, which is that body side leg being over the shoulder line and into the neck, and then my head side leg reinforcing it. You know, you normally see us using this and then trying to dig the hand grips open. Right now, I'm not in a great spot for that. My arms are kind of extended. I don't feel confident letting the grip off at this point. And Jordan's also got really strong arms and hands. I mean, he only does arm day, and has a pretty solid grip. That's about all the compliments I'm willing to give him for one day. That being said, that's why I don't want to let go of my grip. So instead, I try to bait the triangle. If Jordan turns towards me, I just let this leg slip off the head and behind it. Reinforce everything. I pull the head in, set up my figure 4, and I'm on a tight triangle. What's up, Espionage? Hope you're having a great day too, buddy. Sorry you're getting spammed out of chat by all of our mutual fat shaming going on. That's not a 5/8 Juji. Jordan's neck is the only one bigger than Danny's. Yeah, it's pretty thick. He's got that thick neck. Jordan tries to hit me with the Jordan sweep, but it fails on anybody above blue belt. Don't talk to me about getting your clothes custom tailored. They don't make anything off the rack for any dimension of my body. Consistent supporters. The guy who's never subbed, who just waits for gift subs from our very generous non-students. Consistent supporters. That's right, Josh. That's the number one self-defense technique. Emre calling you out, dude. Emre subbed immediately, dude, because he is a consistent supporter. God, everyone's so spread out here. Trying to get on Jordan's leg. Still been unable to work the Eddie Cummings technique I've been trying to play with. I don't need to pick on you, Jordan. You already know what you did there. Prime ribs. That was good, Jordan. Look, man, I don't set the prices for the Twitch subs, dude. Horseradish is not good. Nicholas on the Kimura counter to the single leg. This is why you got to make moves with this, Emre, when you got it. One arm Kimura. Nah, it's not good. It's not good, Caleb. I already said it's not good. So, good job from Caleb trying to get me off balance here. The only thing that saves me is as I spin the leg, he gets me off balance. I'm fairly confident I'm probably not going to get this, but I try to keep this leg off the mat. If I can keep it off the mat, he's going to have a hard time taking the top position. So, right there, I just kind of hook it, keep the heel isolated, try to get my legs free, and I end up half guard on the other side. Now back to the original side. What to see when Caleb hits that. Should be coming soon. He gets the knee lever on me at some point in this round. I think it's right here, actually. It's from some really good misdirection and off balancing, one way or the other. He catches me trying to compensate one direction. Yeah, there it is. So there, he's got my wrist under control. It looks like he has his left arm or left hand on my arm. And then gets the knee lever. So that's where his feet are planted outside of my right knee. Points his knees over. And then now keep in mind, like I said earlier, that technique where you enter into the leg attack, right? That I was talking about Jason Rao discussing. If I am able to base, this leg is completely light. So Caleb can use his right leg to then isolate my left leg and immediately enter a really good attack. Oh, you guys talking so much. That clean-shaven face, it does hit different after seeing Cole with a beard for 10 years. I know what you're saying. Jessica Rabbit was an awakening for a generation of young men. Carlos trying to like kind of leg drag into position here. Not really dragging across the body, just opening the leg up, stepping a leg up the middle. But Mike is addressing it right off the bat. Caleb has taken top position here and is really out to take his anger out on me. As much as I'd like to pile on Cole and his facial hair, I don't think he'll have any problem growing it back pretty quickly. And I am in no position to make fun of facial hair, so I will sit this one out. Damn right. It's a great point, Fart. Whoever you are. So let's see. Among the many things Caleb was trying to do to me towards the end of this round, chase it on Americana. Oh yeah, that's right. So I think was chasing Americana's Katagatame at one point. Here, he starts to sink in a strangle and get behind me. So I kind of give up my back, hoping that he would like roll and take it. You know, like we would continue rolling this direction. He would take it past belly down. But he knows better, and I should have thought better about that. Now it's like fully neck and spine under attack. I'm almost belly down. I'm not getting out of that. So he gets a really solid tap from that one. Tapping early on that one, because I was in a bad spot. Very bad. Coming up on the end here, so we got Mike and Carlos having an extension of their round because I think they started a little late. Mike looking for the arm drag. Look how Mike keeps that position. He keeps that grip through this entire attempt to get around his guard. And even as he settles in, like this is, I've pointed this out a couple times in the last few streams, like from half guard, Mike will attack that far arm. Once he gets this, If you let it go too long, you're done. You're getting swept eventually. Carlos is unable to pull the arm out, and Mike is able to sweep him in that direction. One of those techniques in the list of techniques that Mike does remarkably well compared to everybody else that I've trained with. He puts me down with that same sweep like every single time. He's really hanging on Carlos here, but he did not have double underhooks. Did we get the Danny face plant? We did not yet. I left it in. It's coming, don't worry. You can't demand anything of me. You're not a subscriber. Mike now onto the triangle. Gets the angle cut. He's got that right arm dug under the leg. Carlos gives him the tap. Alright, here's your Danny face plant eventually in this round. Good single leg from Carlos. Danny concedes. Now Danny looking for an arm drag. Falls to his side instead and is able to enter into the legs here. Let's see if we can get him off balance. Danny coming up, maybe thinking shoulder crunch. Kind of bails on it too early though to really establish it. So he stands back up. I don't know why. But Carlos kind of eating this collar tie, keeping his head to the outside for that reason right there. Let's look at this setup. Let's look at Carlos really hanging on it. Pressing forward a little bit, right? Giving Danny a reason to press back into him. And when he feels the pressure and the timing is right, Danny's feet are, you know, open enough. So Carlos goes Seoinage, or an arm throw. Danny's hand meets the mat pretty quickly, and his face soon thereafter. I'll give the people what they want. I know that's what all my subs and Caleb are looking for is a slow-mo. The drop, the spin, the plant, the turn. But you do have to give it up to Danny. He did not come out of this on the losing end. Maybe seeing Tweety Birds right now, but is just about behind Carlos. Transitions to a very nice armbar. Clip it. Yeah, Mike made a really good face after that one. That was a nice scramble. Carlos working through the single leg here. This is slick. So hard to see this, but Carlos fakes to the right and goes for the left. Fakes to Danny's right and then goes to Danny's left. Let's see if we can watch this slow. So I think he goes duck under attempt. No, more of like almost like he's using like a slide by sort of grip on that right arm, but he goes out to Danny's right, then shoots to Danny's left, all the way across the body. And the reason I point that out is because more often you're going to get guys sprawling that leg away and leaving this leg behind. So if you can get that reaction and then cut across quickly enough, you actually get a really vulnerable leg, which Carlos does there, at least briefly. Trying to chase it down. Danny stands back up. Carlos looks for the cutback single. And then very nicely rolls through on that. That was sick. Danny guards up. Great exchange from both of them. That was really nice. Danny really flowed. Yeah, that like that misdirection that Carlos did, I've played around with it, and I don't think you see it too much in jiu-jitsu because a lot of us don't sprawl the way wrestlers sprawl. A sprawl is typically, you know, you sprawl the leg back, like you drop the hip. If someone's going for your right leg, you drop that right hip down to the mat and sprawl it away. Whereas jiu-jitsu guys, I think, tend to just try to like get both legs back at the same time. So you don't always get the reaction from jiu-jitsu guys that you would from a seasoned wrestler. You may as well just like shoot on the leg if it's there, right? Still a really valid and solid technique, though. I like to see that. Danny tried to roll through. Looks like maybe elbowed. Yeah. Danny going back to his old tricks. Little elbow to the ear or something. I'm kidding. It was an accidental strike. Danny doesn't do that on purpose, no matter how many times it happens. Coming up on the end of the round here, and that is that. All right. Hey, great chat tonight, you guys. It was nothing to do with jiu-jitsu, but plenty of fat shaming. So that's for the face plant. Yeah, really good footage. Really happy to see some solid half guard work being put to use. Props to Caleb for showcasing that knee lever very well against me and Matt. You know, two very different size mats, two very different experience levels. It works. It's a great move. And yeah, build on it. Look for leg attacks from there too. What else? We're in the home stretch now for Naga, so I hope whoever wanted to compete is signed up and ready to go. I hope that anybody who wants to get out and support is going to be there this weekend. It's out in Hickory, so go check out the Hickory Convention Center. Support your teammates. It's a fun day. It's a long day, but it's worth it, and it's always good to look up and see your teammates standing on the side cheering for you. So I will be there in spirit. I will be very stoked as the footage comes in. Take it easy, Andrew. Thanks for hanging out, bud. So give me that competition footage. We'll go over it on stream like we always do. I don't know. Probably like, I think adult matches start around noon. Go Google it. You can watch the smooth comp live like update through the whole thing. So yeah, go check it out. What else? I don't know. I'll probably see you guys up there on Saturday at the school if you guys aren't able to make it out to Hickory. And hopefully we got some comp footage to go over on Saturday. Josh, good luck at your competition. Looking forward to hearing all about it. Keep on packing on that mass. Cole is doing it with you in solidarity. Really solid. Very solid. And yeah, follow. Subscribe if you're Caleb. Subscribe if you like what you see. Subscribe at YouTube as well, where you can support us there. I'll post this up for you guys to review. We'll see you on Saturday, if not before, for some of you on Thursday. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Go trim your nails and do your laundry, and do not be stinky. And we'll see you back on the mats. Take it easy, guys.